This is Maddie. What's up?
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maddie. I'm an NPC bikini competitor, and whoa, that shadow. I'm an NPC bikini competitor, online lifestyle and contest prep coach. And if you're not new here, welcome back. You are familiar with the rigmarole. You know that we are exactly 1 week out from NPC Nationals in Irving, Texas. So if you're joining me and you've been following this journey, I am just so thrilled to be doing this show. I think this is probably the first show ever that I have done where I genuinely feel like ready. I feel excited and not like I'm planning for my next show. Like I truly feel like this is it. Like this is just when it's gonna happen. But I wanted to do something different for this week's YouTube video, and I wanted to talk about two things. Thing number one is gonna be, what do you need to have in place for a successful contest prep? Like 10 or so items that I think have really made this prep successful for me. And then I also want to talk about how this contest prep has been different from all the others, okay? So let's go ahead and just start off with some of the items that I feel all competitors should acquire prior to starting a contest prep. Some of these things you're gonna be like, oh yeah, duh. But hopefully some of these are like, oh, I never really thought about that. And these are things that I honestly have picked up, some of them in this prep alone, and I truly feel like they have made all of the difference in the world for me. So starting with item number one, this is not something that I have picked up in this prep. I've had this right here, but this is my posing suit. Now, a lot of competitors are gonna take their progress pictures in like bikini and underwear, or excuse me, in like a thong and like a bralette, or they'll take their pictures in a bathing suit, but it's different than a practice suit. So I got mine from Angel Competition Bikinis. This is like the black, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a leathery type of look. It's the same one that Brittany Hamilton has. I love it, but there is a difference in actually taking your progress pictures in a practice suit, all right? Number two. All right, so this one actually ties into one of the things that I wanted to discuss, which is how this contest prep has differed from all my other preps. Now, in my previous preps, my coach didn't really take things out. Even up and through peak week, I kind of just ate what I wanted. If it fit my macros, I mean, within reason, you know, I wasn't having ice cream and stuff, certainly in prep, but I kept in my pre-workout. I kept in my protein powders. They were vegan, but I kept them in. I kept in my G Hughes sauce. I kept in, skinny syrup as long as I could, really up until peak week. So things like that, you know, my coach actually cut these things out about 3 weeks out. And once I cut them, I dropped 8 pounds in 1 week. My body literally like dried up, looked super hard, super conditioned, and I swear it made all the difference. One of the things that they cut was sauces, like G Hughes, coconut aminos, mustard, hot sauce, none of that stuff in my diet anymore. And the only thing that I used to season my food was salt-free seasonings in pink Himalayan salt. So on that topic, here's some things that you need. Pink salt, all right? This is the only way you're gonna get your sodium in, or if you're me, this is how I'm getting my sodium in. I use a 1/4 teaspoon of this on all of my meals, so my sodium intake is staying consistent to what it was before we started prep. However, this is how I'm getting it in. As for salt-free seasonings, I've got a lot of suggestions here, okay? So, these are the Mrs. Dash seasonings. You can find these at your local grocery store. I have the table blend, which is like a go-to of mine right now. I've got the tomato basil garlic. This one's a little bit trickier to find, but it's delicious. I've got the chicken seasoning, the extra spicy, and the Southwest Chipotle. But I will say I haven't used these in prep, the spicier ones, just to keep things like digestion good. Sometimes spicier foods can cause some digestive upset. So I've been using those a lot. Mrs. Dash is like the OG, but I've also been using some others. This one, the number one ingredient in it, this is the Tony Chachiras no salt seasoning blend. The number one ingredient in it is brown sugar. So you do have to make sure that when you're using like these no sodium seasonings that you're tracking them, because sometimes you're probably not using a quarter of a teaspoon. So if you're not, there's carbs in it. You need to track your carbs. I get the Trader Joe's 21 Salute seasoning. And then I also love this one. Laura Lee Chapatos put me on it, and it is the vegetable seasoning from McCormick. This is also a salt-free blend. All right, YouTube, number 3. We're really rocking and rolling with this. So, Nespresso pods. I have always had a coffee pot my whole life, and my lovely mother, who I talk very fondly of, I love that woman to death, gifted me her Nespresso maker for this prep and through this prep because I'm hanging on to it. Now, my coach eliminated pre-workouts, even the powders, and I was taking a really clean powder. Like all it had was stevia and basically vitamins and minerals and caffeine, but we took it out. And so I still need caffeine. I have been making iced Nespresso. What I'll do is I will have 2 of these per day. This is not the espresso. This is just the coffee from Nespresso, but it's stronger. So I'll put some ice into a tumbler, 2 droppers of stevia, about an ounce of cashew milk, because I have cashew milk a lot throughout the day. So I keep it very minimal. And then I water it down with water. And I drink that before both of my cardio sessions. It kind of gets me in the mood. I know that that's kind of my treat when I go to do my cardio. So I just wanted to show you guys the flavors that I got. But I have the frosted caramel nut. This is an exclusive holiday flavor. Roasted hazelnut. Frosted caramel nut is delicious. I've also got, not a chocolate girl, but let me tell you, the rich chocolate tastes like hot cocoa. And I have sweet vanilla. I'm a vanilla girl, if you haven't guessed. And then in here, we have golden caramel. And then this one, my sister told me was nasty. It is not nasty. Tropical coconut flavor over ice. So good. Love, love, and love. Ready for number 4? Because I am. So this is something that I literally talked down about for so long, and I shouldn't have because I never tried it. Waist trainers. Now, waist trainers are not going to make your waist magically smaller, okay? Like, the thought that you're just going to shrink your waist by wearing a waist trainer is insane. And I've had my own bouts of problems with them. Like, I have had acid reflux like you wouldn't believe if I wear this bitch too tight, okay? So be wary of them. But I have 2 different waist trainers here. I have a Squeeze Me Skinny. This is the Squeeze Me Skinny. It's a lot thinner, all right? This one. I don't really wear this one anymore. But when I first started prep, I was waist training with it for probably an hour or 2 max per day. This one, however, I wear daily. This is the Slim Tum, I think it's the Aero Pro. It's the only one that looks like this, like a big heavy contraption on their website. And it Velcros around your waist. And then after you Velcroed it, let me see if I can do this here. It has this latch that comes all the way around and also loops. And it doubles as both a waist trainer and a weightlifting belt. The way that waist trainers work is they prevent you from recruiting your oblique muscles. So as a bikini competitor, and for a lot of females, one of your goals is to keep a nice, tight, conditioned waist. Not necessarily to have these shredded 6-pack abs, and not to have a blocky built waist. We want to have this wide upper body, wide back, not wide hips, I shouldn't say that, but hourglass figure. So the tinier your waist, the better bikini shape that you have. And I found that with waist training, I think a lot of it is just training my body to not necessarily recruit those oblique muscles and keeping those in has really, really benefited me. In fact, when the scale wasn't moving and I was the same weight that I was in my off season on 3,000 calories, my waist actually came down to what I weighed at Universe when I was far too lean and I was about 20 pounds lighter. So it goes to say that if that's the only thing that changed, it did something. So think about getting a waist trainer. I would suggest the Slim Tum if you're planning on using it while you're training, and the Squeeze Me Skinny if you're planning on using that like around the house. Number 5. Okay, so recovery tools. When I first started this video and I talked about what changed in this prep, this is a big one, and I'm almost ashamed to admit it, but in prep, you know, like you're tired, you get lazy, you might not be as hyper fixated on like recovery, but it's even more important, okay? So I noticed that I started getting some plantar fasciitis, and I picked up this on Amazon. It's the it's from Medidyne.com, but I got it on Amazon. And basically you stick your heel back here and you can like roll, and it helps to stretch out the base of your arch for us that get like plantar fasciitis. I know that when you're doing a ton of cardio, your tendons down there can get pretty tight, and it feels like we lose fat on our feet, like you probably do in a prep. So your feet just get a lot more wear and tear on them, and this is a really good tool to pick up. I think it was like $10 or $12. Now I also went on Rogue Fitness, ROGUE Fitness, and I picked up this. This is called a dimple ball. I know I've talked about this on my channel before, but essentially I'll put it on my back and I'll roll around on it for about 10 minutes at the gym. It leaves little dimples all over your back and like broken capillaries. So don't do this if you've got like a night out the next night. Don't say I didn't warn you. But this is really, really good for breaking up that fascia in your back and helping you with postural imbalances. Like I know that I have scoliosis, so this shoulder is naturally lower. So it's just really helped me in between my massages, which I'll touch on in a second, to roll out my back. And then I've also got this rumble roller. Don't get the black one, get the navy blue one. And I get the small one just so I can bring it into the gym. But this works so much better than a typical foam roller. Just because of these little dimples on it, it's much better for loosening up your muscles. And I spend my recovery day, like I will spend a whole hour doing dynamic stretches, doing static stretches, foam rolling, rumble rolling, dimple balling, all the things. And my body just feels so much better after that time. Now, the other thing that I've done is I've done salt therapy. I have never done massages in a prep. In fact, my previous coach had encouraged me to not do massages because of inflammation, which I understand. If you're doing like a deep tissue therapeutic massage, you can actually hold more inflammation. That's not the type of massage that I'm doing. I actually do salt therapy massages. I'm not sure if you have a salt therapy spa where you are living, but I highly recommend trying to find one. They actually pump the pink salt into the massage room. I just do a light lymphatic drainage massage. It's very light pressure, but it really helps for recovery and for overall just restoration. I find that I actually fall asleep during the massages. And my massage therapist massages magnesium, which you can buy, like magnesium oil to massage yourself at home with, for recovery. And magnesium, as you know, helps with relaxing your muscles, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, and even digestion. All right, which brings me to my own magnesium Epsom salts. This is a really good Christmas gift for bikini competitors. So I actually got the Dr. Teal's body wash, Relax and Relief. This is the eucalyptus spearmint one. Guys, if anyone can tell me how to unscrew this so that way it actually pumps, that would be amazing. I've spun this thing on end for hours in the shower and I can't get it to undo. Watch it just undo itself while I'm filming this. I literally can't get it to undo. Like it gets looser, but it just doesn't. Okay. But anyways, this, really, really good for not only hydrating your skin. I tend to find my skin gets drier in prep, but also really good for muscle relaxation. And then Epsom salt. So there is a strategic way to go about your Epsom salt baths. This one is particularly for athletes. It's got menthol in it, which is good for muscle aches and pains, soreness, but you want to mix at least 2 cups of this. That's a lot. 2 cups in not overly hot, but just warm water and soak for 15 to 20 minutes. Be sure when you're doing a magnesium bath or an Epsom salt bath that you're staying super hydrated, hydrating both before and after. The same thing applies for massages because these can be quite dehydrating. True story, one time in high school, I used to like date all these wakeboarders, and one of the wakeboarders had like a therapeutic tub, like a hot tub in his backyard where it was like filled with Epsom salt, and I used to not pay attention to my water intake. I got out of that thing after like an hour, not drinking water all day, completely passed out. Had a seizure too. Can't make that up. I woke up to him holding my neck like this, going, yo, 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 yo. He's like, I was like, why'd you wake me up? He's like, you passed out and you were having a seizure. I was like, oh my God. But we track our water intake now and we use Epsom salts responsibly. So moving on to my next item, and that is shoes. Okay, so I learned through trial and error this season that the quality of your shoes and when you're wearing them really matters. For example, if you're walking on a treadmill or doing outdoor walks, do not walk in these. Don't. Get yourself a nice pair of supportive running shoes. I don't care how ugly they are. You're gonna thank me later when your feet are feeling bony and tired. Also, the arch support is really important. Like I tried like probably 5 or 6 different pairs of running shoes before I found one that fit my arch well. I couldn't even tell you what shape my arch has. It's just wonky, okay? So I found these really work well for me when I'm doing treadmill walks indoors. But as for lifting, if I lift in these, I will wake up with the pain all the way down my heel, all the way down my arch. So it's actually important that you've got a flat bottom shoe for when you're lifting. I do the Stairmaster in this flat bottom shoe in like a Van slip-on, but always keep an extra pair of shoes in your gym bag, okay? Which leads me to my next point, your gym bag. See this big bad boy that's like double the size of me? This is a wolf pack. And I highly suggest getting a big gym bag because now I've gone through a ton of different things that I bring to the gym. Sometimes I'll bring my posing heels and my suit. I bring 2 pairs of shoes. I've got 2 waist trainers. I've got 2 water bottles. I've got my resistance bands. I've got my loops. I've got my ankle straps for the cable machines. All these sorts of things, they add up. So make sure that you've got a nice quality gym bag. This is cute too because you can get the little patches and you can remove the patches and change them. Hopefully we're removing one for an IFBB Pro patch soon. But you can use these backpacks to your advantage. I'll even bring this on my trip with me because it holds just so many things. All right, now we're moving throughout the kitchen. So expert tip number, I don't even know what we're on, 7, get an air fryer. Like whatever you do, get an air fryer. I'm literally traveling to Texas. I'm buying an air fryer there and just leaving it because that's how much I use my air fryer. I just cooked up this whole amount of fish. This is probably a day's worth of fish for me, but it's a lot for a normal person. I just cooked all that fish while I was filming this. So when it comes to, I didn't even thaw it out. I took it out of the freezer, sliced it open out of the bags and threw it in this bad boy and my food was done. When you are in contest prep, cooking is like the absolute last thing that you want to do. I remember before I had my air fryer, I would like, oh my God, I'm starving, but I don't have the energy to cook. Not anymore. I literally just throw everything in there and it makes it so much easier. This is the, I don't remember her name. If you can find it with the little bee logo, it's super cute though. It's like a white mat with gold accents. And I have the matching toaster, I have the matching blender, but it's from Walmart. And I think I got it for like $40. So you definitely want to get an air fryer. All right, so one of my tips is when you are in prep and you are hungry, there is nothing that is going to satisfy you more than a tea, a warm cup of tea. Now this is kind of a 2-in-1 because one of the things that we also did eliminate in my prep very early on, or 3 weeks out, was artificial sweeteners of all kind. So find the type of stevia that you like. My favorite is the Trader Joe's Liquid Stevia. The reason being is this one's like a little bit more goopy. Like that's the best way to describe it. It's a thicker consistency than that like watery like stevia. And I feel like it doesn't leave as much of an aftertaste. But you guys, teas are going to be your literal best friend. Let me put you on some of my favorite teas as of right now. Get back in there. Okay, so in the spirit of the holidays, I've shown this on my channel before. Candy Cane Lane, this is a decaf tea, decaf. And then, Sugar Cookie Sleigh Ride. These two are so good. If you've got a sweet tooth, this is going to curb that sweet tooth. Now, other teas, really love these at bedtime. I will alternate between all three of these at bedtime. Mostly I'll drink the purple one at dinner. So these are kind of my two bedtime go-tos. But I will flip between the Soothing Bedtime Caramel and the Honey Chai Turmeric Vitality. And then this one, this Cinnamon Horchata Stress and Sleep, as well as the Elderberry Lemon Balm Immune and Stress. I love these two, and I drink these at dinner, one or the other, for a multitude of reasons. So the cinnamon is really good for balancing your blood sugar, but the Elderberry Immune Stress and Sleep I like because it's got elderberry and lemon balm, which help with stress, but also your immune system. And when you're in prep, your propensity to not only catch things, but for when you catch things, it to come on a lot stronger and to really take you down is just heightened. So making sure that you're staying on top of your immune health is essential. That covers teas. Oh, and this one. My friend Lexi and I have like this tea obsession. This one, you guys, oh my God, it's a holiday tea. It's from Sprouts Farmers Market, and this is the Butterscotch Caramel Herb Tea. So good. So good. That's another dessert one. So that would be in place of the like Sugar Cookie Sleigh Ride or the peppermint. All right, now for essential supplements. So I take a slew of supplements, and with my background in functional medicine and as being an FNTP and working with a slew of different clients, I know that what works for one person is not a lot of times going to be what works for others. But I do know that it is all too common for competitors to experience slower digestion in prep. I mean, as a whole, right? Your body is under tremendous psychological and physiological stress. Your calories are lower, so your body is burning through more food. There's actually less food to get out of your system. But keeping digestion optimal is like, you gotta have it, okay? So there's a few things that I do to keep digestion optimal. First of all, I take L-glutamine. I take this twice a day, and then I also take two separate powders. These were powders I was allowed to keep in, and that is the Glutagenics. I take this twice a day, and I take Bloat Ease twice a day. These are both linked down below. You guys can pick these up, and you can take them even if you're a lifestyle athlete. Really, really good for lubricating your colon and keeping things moving and strengthening the immunoglobulins in those junctions in your gut, okay? To minimize bloat and to also promote motility. Now, digestive enzymes. I take a lot of these. Now, I did have a GI map done, and we found that my gut army was really broken down, so I need a little bit extra digestive support. But beta TCP and beta plus are really helpful for digesting fats. And then I also take Pan9 ES right here, and I take Spectrazyme Medigest. These should both be linked down below too. But I take both of these with all of my meals, and I take these two with just breakfast and dinner. Now for stress, we know that prep is sometimes a little bit stressful, okay? So I take Adrena Health. I take this because I've done a 4-point ZRT cortisol test. I know my cortisol pattern throughout the day, and it tends to be higher around noon and 4 o'clock. So that's when I take my Adrena Health to give my body that little bit of adrenal nourishment. This just has adaptogens in it. It's got vitamin C, B6, calcium, magnesium. Oh, it does have bovine glandular in it. So I do take this twice a day, but you want to make sure you know when your cortisol is spiking so you know when to take it. And then I take that during the day because sometimes cortisol managing supplements can also bring you down. Like they can make you feel tired and sleepy. So my cortisol was a little bit high in the morning, just a little bit. So I take this at night also to help me wind down. It does the same thing that Adrena Health would do, but in taking Adrena Health, I'm more so nourishing my adrenal glands, which take a hit in prep, and I'm managing my wake time and my energy throughout the day so I don't feel depleted and tired if I take something like a Cordy's, because this can help to relax you. So I take 2 Cordy's at night to help bring my cortisol down in the morning. Both of these things in conjunction are also really going to help with digestion. All right, now lastly on the supplement talk is sleep. You guys, sleep definitely takes a hit in a contest prep, and it's one of those things I see a lot of girls like really just pushing through, trying to get beyond 5 hours if they're lucky. This is an area of focus for me, not only in season, but also in my off season, right? You could be checking all of your boxes, but if you're not sleeping well, your hormones are gonna take a hit at some point. Digestion's gonna take a hit. Hunger hormones are gonna be off. All the reasons to keep these well managed. So I do a few things to help manage my sleep naturally, aside from just environmental things, turning down my thermostat, turning on my white noise, turning a fan on, limiting my blue light exposure at night, getting in bed about an hour before I want to go to sleep, drinking warm tea, all the things that really do help to wind down my brain. But I take 2 milliliters of relaxed liposomal every single night. The reason why I like this is actually overdosing on melatonin can be really bad for your pituitary gland, which carries out numerous other functions too. So this is a low dose of melatonin. It's only 5 milligrams. It's also got GABA, passion flower, vitamin B6, and riboflavin. So 2 milliliters of this. It tastes pretty good. It's sweetened with stevia. And then I am not sponsored, but I don't find that the Serenity gummies make me as tired for sleep, to be honest, but this is all that I have right now. This is a sample, but I did order the sleep caps from Cured Nutrition. Now, Cured Nutrition is a CBD and microdosed THC brand. I don't smoke, I don't do anything like that. Just doesn't work for me, but this has functional mushrooms and adaptogens in it. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the gummies, but I love the sleep caps. They're little tiny caps. They've got MCT oil, CBD and CBN, and they really do help me to sleep a full 8 or 9 hours. They're incredible. Heyo YouTube, it is Tuesday. Today is check-in day, so I will be sure to attach my check-in videos per usual after this little short excerpt, but it is Tuesday afternoon. It's a chilly day here in sunny Florida, hence why I'm all bundled up, and I'm air frying some shrimp and waiting for that to finish up. But today has been a very exciting day. So last night I got about 9 hours of sleep. Praise Jesus. Thank you to my little CBD gummies. Let me show you what CBD gummies I'm taking now. I got this recommendation from one of my friends, Nikki. Nikki, if you're watching this, thank you, baby. And these are real fruit infused CBD, CBN, so no THC, little elderberry gummies. They're 3 carbs per gummy, which I kind of hate devoting 3 carbs to that, but they're pretty large. And I took one of these bad boys last night, and I just zonked. I woke up at like 4 a.m. to use the bathroom, and then I slept even more. So woke up and then checked in, obviously. Updates are as follows. So cardio has been dropped now from 60 minutes daily and 45 minutes on my rest day to 30 minutes daily. No, 45 minutes daily. And let me check, because I don't want to screw this up. Give me a second. Okay, cardio has been dropped to 45 minutes on working days and 30 minutes on my rest day, which is like nothing. Food is not increased, but peak week starts on Sunday. And it looks like my peak week workouts will also upload on Sunday. So we will peak Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They want me to check in on Friday, so it's likely that we'll start increasing food then. But today I had a little posing session with my coaches, and they really helped me just make some final modifications and tweaks to my posing. You know, they're really looking for this hourglass figure right now. And obviously my glutes are kind of my trademark item, if you will. So I don't have the widest clavicle width, okay? So we've got to rig my posing, so to speak, so that I have a wider chest and can really get that hourglass, wide top, wide bottom, tiny waist. But I will say the elimination of spices and sauces and powders has really, really helped my waist to come in. And then I've got the salt therapy massage tomorrow on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and then another one on Tuesday before we leave. So I just can't wait for that. It's done my body really, really wonderfully well. But I know that this theme of this check-in is kind of just what has changed, how this prep has been different. And one of the things that's really been different is just the way, I think in previous preps, I've always kind of isolated myself, and I've always been the type that's like, I'm in prep, so I can't have friends. So I can't make time to text people. So I don't have time in the gym to stop and say hi to people. And I will just say the amount of support that I have felt on this prep from you guys, I mean, like, every single week I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna post next week. I'm just feeling stressed. And then dang if I don't get comments that are like, please keep sharing, or you guys coming over to my Instagram DMs and like rooting me on, like, Mother of Mary, what did I do to deserve this? But gosh, I mean, I also realized that this is the first prep where like I haven't closed myself off. Like, my girlfriends in the gym, I had Jenny, one of my girlfriends, on this channel to talk a few weeks ago, and we just talked about how she's not a competitor and how she maintains an active lifestyle in her 20s, and she's just taken such an interest in this sport, and she asks me questions about prep, and she doesn't need to ask those things. And that just, I feel that that encouragement almost from her asking those things and taking an interest in this journey that I'm on. And it's a way to support people that are competitors. If you're not a competitor, is just to take an interest and ask questions. On Thanksgiving, my sister, who doesn't really understand or get this sport, calculated the macros of the meal for me, even though I didn't eat it. That support was like felt beyond words. And just having people in my corner rooting me on makes all the difference. So if you get nothing from this video at all, take away from it that when you compete, God, it's just tough when you isolate yourself. It's tough when you shut down. Like, feel your emotions. Talk to people. I mean, I have met girls on this team now that I talk to. Nikki is one of them, for sometimes 2 hours a day. And we check in with each other. We talk about our check-ins. We talk about what we're going through. We don't put up this like front or this like facade that we're not struggling, or we don't put up, this, oh, well, how are you? It's nothing's fake. It's just, we're here supporting one another. We're here loving on one another. We're here honoring one another and building one another up. And that's what this sport is all about. So if you've reached out to me, or if you've supported this channel throughout my prep, knowing how hard it is sometimes to get the strength to put these videos together, or if you've sent me a message or well wishes or liked my stuff, just know that I don't miss any single one of those things. And I appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. Thank you so much. YouTube. Happy Friday. You guys, I am stationary. I am parked in my car. I'm not driving. Thank you to all of you who were concerned about me and commented and reminded me of the dangers of filming while driving. So I've just been more mindful of that lately. I know you guys are all coming from a good spot, so I appreciate that. I haven't been on here in a few days. It's been a busy week, as you guys can imagine. It is the week before peak week, so I'm just wrapping up things with work and making sure that I am resting and taking care of myself. Yesterday I got my hair done, got my hair colored, so you couldn't really tell right now, but it is all freshened up and nice and blonde. Today is Friday. I just had my last hellacious leg day, of this program ever. So that was very, very exciting. Got it in, got it done. I do have some cardio to finish up later on today, but just about 15 minutes, and I checked in this morning. So I'll include my check-in videos after this, and then I will be sure to update you guys with what coach's protocols are. We start peaking on Sunday. So I probably won't have my peak week protocols in this video for this week, but I'm hoping to get some footage for next week's peak week. Hi, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday. It's been a minute since I've been on here. But whew, you guys, I am just I've never felt this way in my entire life. Going into a show, I have just never felt so filled with just gratitude for the community of support around me. I mean, I'll be in the gym and I don't even feel like I need it, but clearly I do, because it's made all the difference in this prep. Just the people that are cheering me on, and you can tell it's just so genuine. A lot of you guys that have commented on my YouTube videos or liked my channel or liked my video and supported me this way. Some of you have came over to my Instagram page and sent me DMs and words of encouragement, and I'm beyond grateful for this body that has carried me through, and the way that my mindset has shifted. Never once in this prep did I stifle or squander my emotions. One of the biggest differences in this prep that I think was also a byproduct of working with new coaches was that they really worked. And at first I was like, okay, this is stupid. I don't need to focus on this. Thanks, guys. I didn't hire Gandhi. But the reality is it made all the difference. They focused on my mindset. They focused on encouraging me to kind of walk through the thick of it, to walk through the fire, as opposed to I'm just gonna drown out my emotions and become robotic, which is exactly what I've done in the past. And let me tell you, it was not easy. You guys saw it. I don't hold anything back, but I'm so grateful that I did. Win or lose, I'm for the first time ever excited. The best word to describe it is just grateful. I'm absolutely grateful. Thankful for each and every one of you. Thankful for my coaches. Thankful for my family. Thankful for my body and my mindset. And thankful to have this opportunity, because that's exactly what it is. It's an opportunity to get up there and do the dance. So if you guys have been watching my channel and supporting me here, I appreciate it so much. One of my goals is to continue to grow this channel and for you guys to follow my journey. So if you've been here for a while now, or if you're new and you're enjoying these videos, please It doesn't take all that much time just to give the video a thumbs up or to subscribe to my channel. It's what keeps me going on here. It's what keeps me creating content, and it pushes my videos out to other new or not new competitors. And that is why I'm here. With all that being said, we are officially in peak week tomorrow. Last night I got 9 hours of sleep. If you can't tell, I am chipper. I checked in with my coaches yesterday and they did start feeding me up a little bit more. So cardio didn't change, but they added 30 grams of carbs and 5 grams of fat. So 160-ish calories, I think. But I got that notification later on in the day. So I just added some rice to my meal. And then in my little faux Ninja Creamy, I added a paleo almond cookie. And all that's in it is like vanilla extract, sea salt, almonds, and coconut oil, I think. It's like 4 ingredients. They're called Alyssa's. I buy them at a health food store. So I added one of those cookies. I added some honey to that, and then I added rice. Today, I definitely am being a little bit more strategic about my meals. So it's already 11:30, but I had a little bit more oats in my pre-workout meal. I have a little bit more sweet potato in my post-workout meal, have a little bit more rice in my lunch and in my dinner, and then I do have an Alyssa's cookie in the evening. So I'm just dispersing them a little bit more evenly. But the benefit of getting those carbs in at night is that carbohydrates signal for they help your body to produce more tryptophan, which is the precursor to melatonin. So could explain why I got a lot more sleep, but I also was a lot sweatier in the gym, just through the process of like thermogenesis. Your basal metabolic temperature is going to increase. So I definitely got that sweat in this morning when I did 30 minutes on the stairs. I'll be back a little bit later for 15 minutes and then some steps. But that's going to finish out this video for the week. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you know when my peak week video gets posted. We should have 2 more videos in this series, my peak week and then my show day. I'm not sure if I'm going to combine the 2 or make them separate, but stay tuned for that. Y'all, I am so excited. The time is finally here. Peak week starts tomorrow. Thank you once again for all of your support. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you guys have a fun and safe weekend.